All right, let's talk about finding a great dog trainer right here in our neck of the woods, Nicholasville, Kentucky.
One of the best parts of living here is enjoying everything Nicholasville has to offer with your dog, right? From walks downtown to just relaxing in one of our parks, life is just better with a well-behaved pup by your side. So the whole idea is to make sure you and your dog have the skills you need to enjoy all of that totally stress-free. The right training means you can both handle everything our community has to offer with confidence.
Okay, first things first, what does your dog actually need? Before we even start looking for a trainer, let's try to pinpoint your specific goals.
So, what's the main thing you want to accomplish here? Are you starting from scratch with a brand new puppy? Or maybe you're just looking to polish up some basic manners? Or is there one specific behavior you really need to address? Yeah, these are pretty much the usual suspects, right? Basic stuff like sit and stay, the dreaded leash pulling, jumping on guests. Sound familiar? Getting a handle on these is what makes those walks through town so much more pleasant for everybody. And how do you actually want to do the training? You've got options. You could do private lessons right in your own home, which is awesome for tackling very specific problems. Or there are group classes, which are fantastic for getting your dog used to being around other dogs and people. All right, section 2, finding a quality trainer. Now that you've got a better idea of what you need, let's talk about how to spot a real pro. So you're going to hear this term a lot, positive reinforcement. Really, all it means is using rewards like treats, praise, or a favorite toy to encourage the behaviors you want to see. It's humane, it really works, and it just builds a way better relationship with your dog. And this is a really big deal. You want to look for trainers who don't use fear, intimidation, or pain. Why? Because these humane methods are safer, they build your dog's confidence, and the results you get actually stick around for the long haul. Now, you might see a bunch of letters after a trainer's name. Here's the deal. Dog training is not a regulated industry here in Kentucky. That means pretty much anyone can call themselves a trainer. That's why these certifications matter so much. They show that a person has put in the work and is committed to a certain standard. For general obedience, a CPDT-KA or KPA-CTP is a great credential to see. If you're dealing with more complex stuff like serious anxiety or aggression, certifications like IABC, CDBC, or CBC-KA show a much deeper level of expertise.
So once you've found a couple of potential trainers, it's time to actually talk to them to make sure they're the right fit for you and your dog.
Okay, let's talk about the investment. What should you expect to pay for dog training services right here in Nicholasville and the Jessamine County area? Here's a look at the typical costs for 2025. So here's a general breakdown for you. As you can see, a group puppy class for a few weeks might run a couple $100s, while a more intensive board and train program is a much bigger investment. And of course, these prices will vary based on the trainer's experience and exactly what you need help with. To make things easier, here's a little checklist for when you're talking to a trainer. Just 4 simple steps to make sure you cover all the important stuff. And it really helps to have some specific questions ready to go. Ask them straight up what methods they use. Ask how they'll tailor the plan for your dog's specific needs. The whole point here is for you to feel completely comfortable and confident before you start. Okay, let's move on to practicing in our local parks. Because look, the training session is just the beginning. The real progress happens when you take those new skills out into the real world. Now, before you head out, it's a good idea to know the local rules. It's pretty straightforward here in Jessamine County. Leashes are a must in all public spaces. Make sure that rabies tag is on their collar, and just be mindful of excessive barking. It keeps everything safe and neighborly for everyone. And we have some awesome spots to practice. You could head over to Nicholasville City Park to work on leash skills with the distraction of other families around. Camp Nelson Heritage Park is great for practicing focus when there are other visitors. And the walking paths at Harry C. Miller Park are just perfect for nailing down that obedience work. The effort you put in now is going to pay off in so many ways. Soon, you'll be enjoying those calm walks, maybe relaxing in an outdoor cafe, and you'll be able to have friends over without any chaos. It's all about being able to get out and enjoy our great community together. Good luck with your training journey.